Hello everyone and welcome back. And this will be your general weekly reading for the sign of Aquarius for the week of October 20th. And at this time I would like to thank each and every one of you out there who have been subscribing to my channel and helping it grow and getting it noticed, and for sharing with others. And of course for all the thumbs up on all the videos that you've watched. And also hitting that hype button as well. So thank you so much for doing all of that for me. And the lovely comments. I do truly appreciate them. It's nice to know that it has reached the right person. So thank you. Starting with the Queen of Pentacles. So a little more determined in your future. Like watching your finances, making sure that your money's doing okay, making some good investments. Looks like for some of you, you're thinking about purchasing something. So you're definitely looking around trying to get the best deal for your money, and I don't blame you. You know, this is a positive financial growth period for yourself. And you're trying to feel good about when you make something, like when you purchase something or do something and you have to spend some money, that it makes you feel good. So you're in power of your finances this week and how you're spending them, how you're accumulating them, all those sort of good things. Ooh, and the King of Pentacles is definitely to do with your finances, taking care of yourself. You know, you're in charge of this. You're feeling more competent about your choices and reassuring yourself that, you know, your wealth is still doing okay. You're taking the leadership and ownership of that as well. You want security. If this is a business, you're making sure that it is run, you know, the right way. You're even helping, you know, like standing there in the background, making sure that, you know, people are treating other people the right way and your finances aren't being wasted. You know, you're taking ownership of where your money's going. You feel more confident in your choices, your self-choices this week than you have in a very long time. So you're all right. And you're starting to feel that as well. And the Four of Cups, yeah, a little bit of look back at the past. You know, maybe you've had some difficulties in the past and you just want to not repeat them. So you're going over them again. You're making plans for your future. You know, you're doing a little bit of meditation. You're removing yourself from all the chaos and discord in the world right now. You're just taking some time for yourself. So you're disconnecting so that you can figure out where your next adventure is going to be for yourself. And sometimes removing yourself is the best thing you can do, and that's what you figured out here. You know, whether you're reading a book or talking on the phone with somebody, it just takes you out of the space of overthinking, overanalyzing, and just lets you shut down just ever so fleetingly. Well, the Two of Cups. So they're definitely coming together of like-minded people. You know, this could be a new relationship for some of you, so congratulations. This could be a partnership, you know, somebody that you have a mutual attraction to. This could be a marriage proposal, or just simply a connection to a very good person that really gets you, gets along with you. You complement each other very well. Like if you go out for coffee all the time or whatever, and you know, you just sit there and you can talk for hours about everything and be okay with it. You just have that much in common and you're comfortable within that. And the Empress, yeah, look at you taking charge. Making sure that things in your life are reflecting what you're feeling. So you're taking the leadership role in your future. You know, these are choices, and it takes a strong person to accomplish this. And you're doing it. You're making plans for your future. You're standing behind your words. You know which way you want things to, go. So you're owning that. Quite comfortable this week, sitting in your own power, knowing that you're looking out, seeing everything's going in the particular way that you had want it to. And the Page of Pentacles. So good news coming in. And this is, for many of you, in the financial area. You've manifested this. Your financial opportunity is now presenting itself. And you know it's time to step into it. Whether you've been thinking about, what's a good scenario? If you've been thinking about doing investments, you finally picked one and you figure, let's do this. You're not giving all your finances away. You're just dipping your toe in the water here, but you want to get going on something totally new. And it will help your finances. You're going to do your homework first. You're not just, going on the internet and hitting any button and investing money. No. If they're saying they're affiliated with some bank or whatever, you're getting a hold of that in particular entity and checking up. And the Emperor, yeah, definitely taking charge. Knowing that it is time for you to learn some new skills, do some new things. Like this leadership role that you're taking on, it's like you're the only one who can fix this stuff. You're very much aware of what's going on, where and how, and you're okay with that. Like you're feeling more comfortable than you have in a very long time about owning your own power. You've always had it. You just never really enforced it. But you are this week. You're making sure that people actually know where you're coming from, what your boundaries are, and standing behind what it is. Like once you make this decision, you're making sure that everybody else follows the rules, sort of thing. You're really looking into taking care of business for your future generations. And the Nine of Swords, yeah, look at the grief it's causing you. Overstressing, over worrying, fears, anxiety. You're feeling a little bit depressed on how to correct something. So it's causing you some sleepless nights. Something has really got you wound up and you're trying to figure out how to fix it. And you're realizing finally that it needs to be dealt with now. Never mind worrying about the chaos behind it. It needs to be dealt with now. So you finally come to grips with that. Now you're trying to figure out how to take the first step. But you will, because the clock only keeps ticking and it doesn't go backwards. You don't want to regret and worry later on in the future. You want this to be settled, done, so you can, unwind, discharge, free your mind a little bit. And the Queen of Cups, yeah, definitely trying to relax a little more. Let things happen a little more easily. Just sort of sit back and see what's coming in towards you. No more stressing, worrying. You're trying to create a life of harmony for yourself, more comfortable, so you're healing emotionally as well as physically. And it's not that you don't care, because you really, really do. You're just trying to make it more calm for yourself. You're managing to take care of everyone else's feelings and what's going on in their life, but you're realizing that it is dragging yours behind it. So you're stopping, getting off the merry-go-round, trying to let things happen and then help, instead of trying to fix it all. It's causing you way too much stress and worry. And the Temptress, yeah, look at that, new beginning, new opportunity, balance, harmony, self-control for sure. You're realizing that you need to keep control of this. Moderation is a good thing. And you're actually admitting that to yourself now, that because you've been stressed for way too long. And you're learning that you can't continue to live that way. So you're just removing yourself from some situations to see what's happening. Oh, and the Four of Rods. So like-minded people coming together, getting along, harmony, home, celebrations. It could be a marriage proposal here for some of you. You're definitely communicating so much better. People finally click, get what you're saying, This is a homecoming. You feel more welcome as you walk through the door instead of going, oh boy, I got to do this. No, you're going through the door going, here I am. And everybody's like, yay, that sort of thing. So you're really coming together with a like-minded community, people around you, people that like you, you like them. And it makes you feel more satisfied, like your accomplishments are working. And the Six of Cups. Yeah, going back to your childhood, you've been doing that a lot, like in my last readings as well. Thinking about probably when you were much younger, and maybe you had said that, you'll own this or you'll have that or whatever it happens to be, and now you're unwinding from that. You're realizing that you're very close to your accomplishments of what you said, so it brings back happier memories. You're remembering probably where you live, who you hung around with, who you played with, all those sort of good things. And it makes you go at life a little lighter. So you got a few more smiles on your face this week. You're in a more happier state of mind, understanding that things truly are unfolding in a very good way. You're not getting left behind. You're not going to have to stress and worry about things. Things are really going well for you. Even though you have your hiccups, it's still, you're doing, you're looking at it like, I have more than another person, or I'm doing much better than others. It could be far worse. That sort of attitude. So it makes you feel more at peace going forward. Yeah, and the Ace of Wands. Definitely a new beginning. Something has changed this week. There's a new project. You're feeling more inspired. And that can be so much as feeling inspired to put those, I don't know what they're called, those little grippy things on the stairs so that when you walk outside in the winter and stuff, you don't slip and slide. That, it could be something so mundane, but it makes you feel better. So this new project could be anything. And you're willing to put the time, energy, and effort into it. This could be a new beginning, as in starting a new project. A new opportunity has presented itself for you to, like I said earlier, invest some finances somewhere. And that can be going into, business with somebody else, business for yourself. Maybe you've decided to do something for yourself on the side that, making soap, and selling it. Whatever it happens to be for you, but it's going to bring you a little more finances as well as pleasure. So you're excited to get started on this. And it is going to grow very fast for you. You may not think so, but it's about to. This new project that you're inspired to do is going to lift you very high, not only just financially, but mentally. It's going to allow you to have some dreams again from like when you were much younger. And it helps you to regenerate your body, mind, and spirit. So you're really on a new path for yourself, understanding that these changes that you're just made are going to be worth celebrating. And people want to celebrate them with you. So it's a get-together to celebrate just life in general. But yeah, it looks like you are coming to the understanding that you need to take care of yourself much more. Like, step back a little bit. Stop trying to, worry so much about things that you have no control over. You just need to take a little time out for yourself so that you don't get yourself run down. True love that is long-lasting. Choices made from the heart. A return to good health. Now that's beautiful. And on that note, I will say goodbye for now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will definitely talk to you again next week. Bye for now.